Hi guys, I'm Josh.
And I'm Ramsey.
And we're the Honey Jars. And today we are here to talk to you about...
What to expect when you're expecting.
No.
No?
Close. What to expect for International Tabletop Day.
So I took all those Lamaze classes for nothing? You
did. But now you can breathe well.
I can breathe well. That is true.
Although I don't think that works for normal everyday breathing. Anyway, so International Tabletop Day is this Saturday.
This Saturday!
The 29th of April.
Hype.
Yes.
Hype.
So
I actually got it off of work too. So I normally work on Saturdays. So I was like, I'm like, I need my tabletop day off.
Yes. So International Tabletop Day is a day for celebrating the tabletop hobby.
Yes.
Right? And it's international in that it is
all over the globe.
Everywhere.
Well, yeah, but
everywhere.
But what about time zones? How does that work?
Well, I mean, it would happen at whatever time your
So there are people that are going to have Tabletop Day before us.
Yes. That is true.
Cool. So we wanted to take this opportunity because we've done a lot of videos about different types of board games, but I think we really wanted to explain what it is about and what is it that, we do. Like, because, it's one of the most... It's not complicated. It's not a complicated hobby by any means. We're just playing games. But when you tell someone, like, oh, hey, I collect board games and play board games for fun, like, there's some misconceptions there.
Well, sure. I mean, so the common board games that people are familiar with, right? Like, so everybody, is familiar with something like Monopoly,
Life,
Sorry, things like that, right? Things you would find at the toy store.
Right. And we're not discrediting any of those, of course. We're just trying to help people understand that there's, like, so many more!
There are lots of other board games.
And there's also...
You just dropped that whole thing on the floor.
I did.
Did it spill all over the place?
Yep.
Oh, come on.
It's okay. It's okay. Keep going.
All right. So what we're here to do is to kind of tell you a little bit about board gaming as we see it in tabletop board gaming. But more than that, we want to encourage you to go to your friendly local gaming store.
FLGS.
FLGS is the acronym there. So go to your friendly local gaming store for International Tabletop Day this Saturday so that you can kind of see what it's all about.
Yeah, and see what we do. Because, like, I have a bunch of friends that are like, oh, that sounds really fun. I'm like, yeah, because it is fun.
It is fun. So the first thing you're going to need to do is go online and find
your friendly local gaming store.
Your gaming store. So Google is good at this. If you just type, tabletop gaming or tabletop game store or something like that into Google, you're probably going to come up with something. You can do board game store or something like
board
that.
Board game store.
Whatever.
And I think it's a lot easier now. It's a lot easier now than when it used to be. Because, like, now you'll see, like, some of the games that we are talking about, like, in some major retailers like Target and Barnes and Noble. So it's definitely geekish chic right now.
Yes.
It's definitely picked up a lot. When we first started, like, we found a store, and then we went to their game night, and we were the only ones that showed up.
So we decided to go to the next one.
So we went to the next one, which was Little Shop of Magic, which is where we go now. We've been going there for
8 years, 7 years.
However long we've been together, honestly, because it's a hobby that we both got into together because we played D-Day.
No. Well,
it was D-Day.
Yes, we did.
We played D-Day for Valentine's Day. That was our first Valentine's Day.
Yes, Axis and Allies D-Day.
Mm-hmm. Or no, it was my birthday. I don't know what the occasion was. Anyway, we played it. We liked it. We wanted to play more board games.
Yes, and so we went to the board game store, Little Shop of Magic, and then we went to their open gaming night, and that was a success.
Yes, and then that's literally how we've made all of our friends.
Yeah, so don't be discouraged if the first one you go to isn't the one for you. That's fine. There will probably be more than one in your town, I hope. Unless you live in a really small town and you only have the one, in which case it is then up to you to make the thing better.
Only you have the power. The power is yours.
Yes.
That's what...
By our powers combined.
The power is theirs.
Your powers.
Your power.
Combined.
PowerPoint.
Yes. So anyway...
So let's talk about what you can expect and some, just some board gaming etiquette for when you do go to your friendly local gaming store on Tabletop Day.
Yes.
So the...
First up.
First
thing you do when you go inside, you're going to notice that they have a lot more board games than Target does.
Yes.
You're going to notice that. You're also going to notice that they might be games that you've never heard of before.
Or there might be things other than board games. Tabletop also includes not just board games, but RPGs. If you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, I'm pretty sure most people are.
Yep. Well, they've heard of it anyway.
Right, you've heard of it. I'm not saying you know all the things about, but you've heard of Dungeons and Dragons, a role-playing game. Miniatures games like Warhammer, CCGs like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, etc.
Yep.
Like
they're going to have all that type of stuff most of the time.
Some are even like comic book stores as well.
Yes, true. Some of them are comic book stores that also carry board games.
Totally varies.
It changes it up.
But you're going to see a lot.
Yeah, they should probably have a lot. And so when you go for International Tabletop Day, right? One of the things that most stores will do for Tabletop Day is that they'll be running demos of games. So you don't have to own the game to be able to play it.
Don't worry about like, oh, what do I... Like, a lot of people are like, oh, no, I don't know what to bring. Bring yourself, bring your friends, bring your kids, like...
Yep.
Just bring a body, because there will be people like me, most likely, helping, their friendly local gaming store run events and stuff. So, like, for example, like this Saturday, I'll be running Sentinels of the Multiverse, Lotus... Wendigo. I got the Wendigo game. It was so cool.
So there will be things like that, demos going on that you can sign up for. Most places, you can sign up for a demo so that you can try something out. If they don't have organized demos, there will be people there that can play games, and you can just join in and play a game.
Yeah, and so I guess our first do is do not, or I guess it's a do. Don't.
It's a don't.
Don't be shy. Like,
yes.
I think people get really intimidated by oh, there's all these people playing these games, and I don't know what they're doing. But you have to understand that board gaming and tabletop gaming is a social aspect, and board gamers are pretty much the friendliest people you'll ever meet when it comes to a hobby, in my opinion, because we all like each other, we're all getting along, and it's more social. It's not like you're online making headshots. It's like, haha, I pwned you, noob. Like,
friendlier than crochet?
Ooh, friendlier than crochet.
I don't know. But
crochet is relaxing because, crochet, you don't interact as much when you're crocheting.
That's true.
It's da-da-da-da-da-da.
That's true. So anyway, once you go and you find the game and you're like, I'm going to sit down and play this game. People are there. You're going to play the game. Someone's going to teach you the rules. First thing.
So you don't. Well, don't. What?
Don't interrupt the person explaining the rules. All right? They're going to try and get through all of the rules, right, to explain to you how the game is going to work. And for some games, there's a little bit of rules, right? It's a little bit more complicated than roll the die and move to the space and do what the space says. So when that happens, let them finish the rules. Then
ask questions.
If you have a question, ask the question. So because most of the time you'll have a question about how something works and they're going to get to it in the next page or something like that. So just go ahead and let them do the whole thing, then ask questions if you have something that you need to go over.
So the other thing is, when you are playing the game, there's some minor, some of these are people go back and forth on, but generally speaking, don't cheat, obviously.
Right.
Don't be a dick, but do be respectful of other people's games too. You'll see that people bring their own games too. And you see someone's stack of games and stuff, and those look really cool. Just make sure you find whose games they are and ask them permission. Hey, do you mind if I look at this, or this looks really cool? Don't
just assume that you can pick up someone's game and look at the back of the box, right?
Some games are organized very
it will mess up all their crap if you do that in some games, right? So just ask before you start touching things that don't belong to you. That should be fairly obvious,
but just in case,
that's something. Also, with respecting other people's property, if you're playing someone else's game, right? Don't bend the cards, or, throw things in the air. Don't set your soda on the game board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just be careful about the fact that it is someone else's property.
Some of these things make my heart palpitate. Because I'm like, what monster would do that?
Yes. So just be careful about things like that are, it should be fairly obvious, but it goes without saying.
Also, don't be afraid to ask, the time frame. Some games take longer than others. So it's not completely disrespectful to leave a game, but it hurts the other players when you leave in the middle of the game.
If you can't commit to the entire time period for the game, don't play that game.
Yes.
Play a different game.
So then just make sure you know how long the game is and how long it could take. Also, I think the biggest thing is when you finish the game and you're done playing, let's say you didn't like it, don't be discouraged because you just played one game. If you let's say I play Call of Duty. I hate all video games now. Like,
Yeah,
there are so many genres
Yes.
of board games.
They're very, very different. And yeah, I mean, like, just because, for example, right, like, even games that everyone's familiar with, right? Monopoly and Life are two very different games. Both very, very successful mainstream board games, right? But they play completely
Absolutely.
differently.
And it's the same thing is true in the board game realm, where there are so many different genres and different types of games that we sometimes forget, like, oh, like, I like these types of games. So maybe you didn't like, you know, an economic game, but maybe you'd like, you know, I don't know, a dexterity game like Beer and Pretzels. Or, you know, maybe you want a strategy game like Agricola, like where you're farming. Or you know, you want luck in your game, so you want to play something like Lords of Vegas. Maybe you want to play with a lot of people and you play something like Werewolves of Miller's Hollow. Or you just want to find a nice 2-player game for you and your spouse, so you try Hive. Or
I feel like I'm just...
Or you want to say, like, I want to be mean to everybody, so you play, like, Diplomacy. Maybe you don't want to be mean and you want to work together, so you're playing, you know, Space Alert to, you know, keep your ship from exploding. Maybe you just want a little game, like little fun short game, like Colorado is a card game. Or maybe you really do want a very big, epic, long, 8-hour game like Twilight Imperium. The thing is, there's thousands, hundreds of thousands.
What am I supposed to do with this?
I don't know.
You gave me too many things.
I gave you too many things. But the point is, there's a game out there for everyone. I know this. I know it in my heart. I know this in my heart. There's a game out there for everybody.
This is true. So let's say that you did go to Tabletop Day and you played a game or several, right? Because you were there for like a long time because you were having such a good time.
And now you don't know what to do.
And now you have decided
I want a game.
You want to invest into this hobby.
Yes.
This is your new hobby. You want to get involved.
So if you did like the game, I would highly, if you like, oh, I want to play this game, I want to take it to my friends or something, I highly, 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 highly recommend buying it from your friendly local gaming store. Yes, there are mostly sometimes better deals online. That's always the case, but I'm a firm believer in brick and mortar. I'm not saying I've never shopped online before. I mean, we do Kickstarters and stuff like that in the past.
But it's important to
support local businesses.
Local businesses. Yes. For example, right? When I go to buy, say, laundry detergent, right? I could go down to the grocery store or the drugstore and I could buy laundry detergent. Or I could order it from Amazon and get it delivered in 2 days, right? Things like that, Amazon delivers to me. But for something like a board game, I could order it on Amazon.
Absolutely.
But I want to go. The grocery store is not going to go out of business because I bought my laundry detergent from Amazon.
Right.
Also, but the gaming store serves a niche.
Right.
And a niche store has to be supported.
Yeah. Also, some stores might even have a rewards program for you.
That is also possible.
Like Shop-O-Matic does. We earn XP, and then like once we collect and it's cool because you collect the XP, and like once you get so much, you can like get like 100. You get like a gift card, and like it's not a gift card, but it's like 100. Like if you get 100 XP. You get like $125 for stuff. It's really cool.
It's basically what it amounts to is, right, you get a point for every $10 you spend, and once you earn 100 points, you get $125 to spend. So it's like it turns a 10% discount into a 12.5% discount, which is cool for doing nothing more than shopping there.
Yes, because we love our friendly local gaming store.
Exactly. So let's say you wanted to do that. You bought your game. You're like, this is the game for me. Yes. I want to buy this. I want to own it.
And then you're like, but I don't want to wait till next year's International Tabletop Day to play it again.
So you find whether or not your FLGS has an open game night.
So Little Shop of Magic, where we do our board gaming, we go there every Saturday night and we play board games.
Yeah. So if you're in Vegas,
if you're ever in Vegas,
or if you live here,
or if you already live here,
then Shop of Magic has an open game night. There are other stores that also have open game nights as well. But in your hometown, hopefully there is a store that has an open game night. If they don't, maybe you could start one up.
Right.
Meetup
is a really good way to...
Meetup is a good place to do that at. Facebook also might work. But yeah, that we leave up to you. But you should definitely get a gaming night going. Maybe it's just you and your friends. Because you have several friends and you guys want to just hang out at someone's house and play board games. That's totally cool too, right? But you could start doing that. But now one thing that they're going to notice though, when they go to buy a board game at a board gaming store, right? So you buy a tabletop game, right? It's not going to cost you $15 like Monopoly is down town, right?
No.
They're a little bit more pricey than that because they have higher quality components, right? So because of that, it is an investment, right?
Yes,
because I mean, if you think about it, right, if you were to
no
buy a
different.
video game,
It's just about $50.
like $50 to $60, right? For so many hours worth of entertainment value, right? Well, a board game is like that. You're going to spend 30, 35, 50, $60, whatever the board game is, right?
A lot more.
Well, some
Yeah.
games are more. But you're going to get so many hours of entertainment out of that
Yes.
because you're going to play it over and over again.
Or you could even play. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna pull another game on the other shelf, like a campaign game, like where a game like
right.
you're playing it, or like Gloomhaven right now is so hot.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
We love it.
But yeah, so because of that, because it is an investment, right? One of the things that a lot of people like to do is protect their investment.
Right. So, or we call it, pimping your game.
Pimping your game.
Because you want it to look cool. So, like, to give you an example, one company, Broken Token, makes wooden inserts for games. This game, Pandemic, I don't know how well you can see it, but... So this game, Pandemic, they made a whole box for it because there were so many expansions and stuff.
It's got a lid and everything. It's cool.
And it's like laser cut wood.
So yeah, it's laser cut wood.
And it organizes.
So you can see it's got
all
little
the components.
places for the cards and everything. It's all in there.
Or you can do something yourself. You don't have to do,
Right.
You don't have to like worry about like, oh, I need to make this. Like you can just sleeve your cards as something as simple as getting sleeves from Fantasy
Right.
Flight or Mayday. Or you can, you can totally get creative. So one of the things, like one of our very first games we did was Chaos in the Old World, and it is heavy.
It's very heavy.
So what I did with it, this was, oh my goodness, 7 years ago?
It's been
when
a while.
did this game come out?
So
So we
sleeved the cards.
We sleeved the cards, of course.
Right.
We
So
sleeve.
your FLGS will sell sleeves in the correct
should
size.
sell sleeves.
They probably will.
I feel like I hate saying your FLG will do this when I'm like, I hope so.
That's true. I hope they do. If
hope
not,
they do.
If they don't, you can go and find it online, or you can suggest to them that they start carrying them. So they're little plastic sleeves for your cards. We also laminated the little player aids so that they could be protected from
And then I had these
sodas and things.
these were like a puzzle set from Starbucks or whatever. And so it was just like a little wooden box, little compartments. So like
It was a memory game.
yeah, it was like a memory game. So I took them out, I put the bits in there. So I had four of them for like each of the gods.
We used little film canisters to hold the tokens and things, and then we made little tuck boxes out of cardstock and used the
and files we got
printer.
from the Geek.
Yeah.
So speaking of the Geek, whenever we say the Geek, we are talking about Board Game Geek. It is a website. So let's say you do enjoy all of this hobby stuff and you want to find out more. I highly suggest making an account on BoardGameGeek.com. It's a little hard to navigate in my opinion, but if you find stuff on there you really like, you can find really good reviews. For games that you might be curious about. You can check out the hotness to see what the latest trends are. You can even contribute to your own collection, so like you can log your games and start growing your collection, and then you realize like, oh, like I have almost 1,000 board games. Like
Yeah. So you can keep track of all of that stuff.
even playthroughs as well. So like
You can find other people that have made files for download for things that you can like player aids,
rule heads, stuff like that.
Yeah, things like that. So you can find all of that stuff, and then
And you'd be surprised the way that some people customize their games. Like blows my mind. Like when I look at some of the files for that Shadows of Brimstone, when that guy he made a completely new campaign for it.
Right. You can find. There's a forum on there, so people ask rules questions, and there's answers of how things are
sometimes
supposed to work. Strategy.
Rule books are not perfect.
All
You're
those
gonna have
types of
people
things.
argue about some rules sometimes. It's gonna happen. So then you're like, all right, let me check the Geek. Like, let me pull it up on my phone.
Yep.
Let's
So
see a rat on that.
all that stuff. It's the place to go for answers, basically.
And I think the last big do is have fun.
Yeah. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Like, I'm not saying like board gaming's gonna be for everyone, but I think it's one of the best hobbies. Like,
If you're into video games, you're probably going to be into board games.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's gaming in general scratches the same itches, right? Board games cater to a person who is interested in competition or cooperation, right? Both.
Right.
And in addition to that gaming feel of playing a game and having the benefits of all that, it's also tactile.
Right.
Right, which video gaming lacks.
well, and not to
So-
mention like, and I'm not saying like as an esport, of course, because it's not an esport, but like, let's say there's a game you really like and you're really good at. Like, they do tournaments for certain types of games.
That's true.
Like,
you could go to a convention.
Maybe you want that. Maybe you want that competition. Like,
Sure. There are conventions that are all over the country for board gaming and tabletop gaming in general that you can go to that would be another way for you to go and meet other people and play games and find new games and stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I mean, if you have questions, let us know in the comments, because we love talking about board games. It's something I am passionate about, that I'm hoping like I can, you know, do for a living, because I think that'd be really cool. Also, it is this is the last video you will see before we draw the winner for our Sentinels of the Multiverse giveaway.
That's right.
So
you have a week-ish, less than a week.
You have less than a week. So
than a week.
By the time the next video is out, we will probably have already drawn the winner.
Yes.
So if you have not already, please take this opportunity to click on the link below in the description to tell you how to enter the contest.
Yep.
Just have to follow us on Twitter.
Like us on
Facebook and Greater Than Games.
Yep.
It's really easy to do. You can't win.
I think it's 4 clicks and then a name and email.
Yeah,
like super simple.
It's not hard, because it's a really great game.
And it would be yours for free.
For free, and then you could play it with your friends.
Yes, yes.
And then expand it.
Yes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be notified of when we have new videos.
That's right.
And like I said, if you have questions about the board gaming hobby or your experiences with International Tabletop Day, let us know in the comments. I mean, we love...
Or if you have other do's and don'ts that we left out.
Yeah, or if you have do's and don'ts. Yeah, no, absolutely. If you, like, don't... we probably forgot, like,
I'm
something
sure.
like don't spill a drink on somebody's stuff. Also, be sure to follow us on our social media down below. We would love if you guys use the hashtag ITTD for International Tabletop Day. And if you are participating, please tag us. We'd love to see you guys, like,
take a
what you
picture
guys
of the game
are doing.
you're playing.
Yeah, I'm
like
gonna
that.
be like blowing up Instagram and Twitter on International Tabletop Day with all these like selfies and stuff that I'm running. So
yeah, cool.
And until next time, you guys, remember to be excellent on ITTD.
Bye, guys.
Bye.